Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. It has been a hot freaking minute since I made a video. My main priority in life right now is my art, and I was falling a little bit behind in that because things were just getting crazy. I had a lot of commissions and I really just needed to get caught up. So every spare second that I had was going into my artwork. But I do love YouTube. I honestly do. Like, it is a huge creative outlet for me in a whole different way. It's like another form of art, and it is really fun, and it's a huge hobby of mine, and it's something I will continue to do. But I feel like that's kind of just going to be my YouTube schedule, is I'm gonna upload and then I might not upload, and then I'm gonna upload and then I might not upload for a while, kind of just depending on what's going on in my life at that time. But anyways, I just thought I would give that little blurb as a little disclaimer to my channel. I put on makeup for you guys today, and I haven't worn makeup in so freaking long. Like, I'm wearing a tinted moisturizer. For some reason, I've just been getting this urge. I'm like, I want to dabble in that again. I don't know, I want to try it out. And like, most of the time I don't really have time to do makeup and I don't really care, but today I was like, I'm gonna film and I'm gonna try to do my makeup. On camera it probably looks okay because I've got the brightness cranked so that you guys can see me, but in person it's not that good. But that's okay, because you know what, I'll practice, I'll learn, I'll get better, it'll be okay. Another thing I quickly wanted to mention is I will put a little timestamp in this video. I know that there's going to be some new people that are clicking on this video just because they want to get to the title of it. I'll put a timestamp so you can just surpass all this crap. And then for those of you who know me personally or like to listen to me mumble on about stupid stuff, this part of the video is for you and you don't have to skip past. But I will put a timestamp in, and I'll try to get better with putting timestamps in my videos so that if you're here and you just want to get down to the nitty-gritty, you can just click right through and get down to it. One of my previous videos, the portfolio video, got a lot of attention, and it kind of made me realize that I think that there are a lot of other aspiring tattoo artists looking for advice. So I kind of decided that I'm going to sort of film my process of me becoming a tattoo artist and the things that I've physically had to overcome and mentally, so that if there's anybody else who's kind of in the same boat, maybe they can look to my channel as some guidance, or just, you know what I mean, to make them feel better, to know that they're not alone and that there's other people who are struggling and working just as hard as they are. This video, obviously by the title of it, is going to be 5 things to keep you motivated as an aspiring tattoo artist, because I know better than anybody that there are a lot of crazy hurdles to overcome when you're trying to be a tattoo artist, to become a tattoo apprentice. There's a lot of shit, you guys, and that's okay. It's all part of the process, and I get that. So I just thought I would share with you guys the 5 things that I do to really keep me engaged and in it, and to not let my mind wander off, to not like feel disappointed in myself or discouraged in any way, like to just really keep me amped up and moving towards it. So these 5 tips have really helped me just stay on track and to stay motivated and to just keep pushing through and know exactly what my end goal is going to be. So I'm going to share those with you guys. I didn't even mention why I'm sitting in my car. The reason I'm sitting in my car is because Elliot's sleeping, so that's great, but Grayson's awake, and Grayson is the one who's like, as soon as I pull up my camera, he's like, mama, what's that? And he's like trying to touch. And also my house is like super gross right now. It's super messy and I just don't want to deal with that. So I was like, I'm gonna film this in my car, and I was like, bye. And Darian's like, oh, okay, bye. And so I'm sitting in the driveway filming. That's why I'm in the car. Okay, so for the first tip, I think is a super obvious one, is to draw, you guys. Keep drawing. Keep drawing. Oh my god. I know that some days you might feel down in the dumps about yourself. I don't know. Like, some days you just don't want to draw, and it's not because you're like, I don't want to draw. Well, and maybe that is also one of the reasons why you don't want to draw. But for me, I think I am my biggest critic. And so if I compare myself to other artists, or I don't know, I hold really high standards for myself, which I think is a good thing, but it can also be a bad thing. So sometimes I get a little discouraged, but you know what? Fuck it. You guys, you have to draw. You have to keep drawing. Like, being a tattoo artist, you are an artist. You're a fine artist, okay? And I think just growing as an artist and learning everything you can and pushing yourself past your own limits, that's what's gonna make you become a better artist. And at the end of the day, tattoo artist, whatever kind of artist you are, you should always be striving for growth, right? And I remember I found this hashtag and what was it? Progress, not perfection. That's what it is. And I absolutely love it because you will never be a perfect artist. I don't think anybody is a perfect artist. Everybody has their own struggles that they overcome, and everybody is their own worst critic. They're gonna see things in their art that other people wouldn't. So rather than striving for perfection, you should be striving for progress. You should always be growing and get excited about your growth, and that should push you to keep drawing. So always draw, you guys. Like, even if it's just like an hour a day, pick up a pencil or whatever your medium is, make sure you do it a little bit at least every single day, because I promise you, you will see your results and you will see your growth. Like, ever since I took the art program, like, I look back at some of my old work and I'm like, holy crap, like, I'm blown away with how far I've come. And I've only been really taking art seriously for the past couple years. So I'm like, imagine 10 years from now what my art's gonna look like. So you guys really need to push yourselves to continue to draw, because you will not grow as an artist if you're not creating art. It's kind of just common sense. So the second tip that I have for you guys is to stay active in your art community. Wherever you live, whatever sort of art community that you're a part of, stay active in it. Like, be commenting on people's photos, be liking people's photos, know what's going on in your community, because the more people you know and the more people who know of you, I think the better your chances are gonna be of getting an apprenticeship. And maybe I should put a little disclaimer in this video as well. I'm not a tattoo apprentice yet. Like, I'm not a tattoo apprentice. So maybe all the advice I'm giving is like completely wrong. But for me, this is kind of what, from talking with other artists, from doing my own research and stuff, these are kind of the tips that I've accumulated along my journey. But just thought I would give a little disclaimer that I'm not a tattoo apprentice yet. But staying active in your art community, and it doesn't have to be in like the tattoo art side of things. It could just be like your local gallery or taking art classes or whatever you have going on in your city or whatever. Just make sure you're a part of it. Put yourself out there. You know, you want people to know who you are. I just think it's really important to stay connected with everybody. The things that I've done personally to stay connected in my art community is I did put myself through the fine arts program in our local college where I live. I also work, obviously I'm on maternity leave technically right now, and because of COVID, nobody's really working, so I wouldn't be there anyways. But I am employed at our local gallery in town, and I do teach an art class there. I think being connected and being a part of your art community is gonna just inspire you and push you to continue with your art and to continue to develop your skills as an artist. I hope you guys can see me. Like, in the camera, I look pretty fucking bright. Like, maybe I should turn my brightness down. But then, I don't know, it's so dark in the car. Hopefully you guys can see me and I'm not just a ghost and have to freaking refilm this. So another thing to keep you motivated and to keep you working towards your goal as a tattoo apprentice, create a brand for yourself, I guess. Or create a label, or create something where people can associate not just you and your personal life, but you as an artist. So you should have an art account. I think that's a great way to stay connected in the art community, and it's a great way to promote yourself. And if you can, create a website even. And your website doesn't have to be for tattoo stuff, and it can be totally aimed for tattoo stuff. It could be a blog, it could be whatever you want it to be, but kind of create like a name and a label for yourself. So what I've done is I have a personal Instagram, and that's just photos of me and my kids and the things that I like to do other than artwork. And then I also have my art account, so that is purely just for my artwork, so that if people don't care to see my kids, well, they can just follow me on my art account. And if people do want to see what's going on in my personal life, well, they can follow me on both places. Oh my God, it's so hot in this car. I have to like open the, actually I'll open this door. So I think social media and kind of like branding yourself is another really great way to stay motivated, because then you have like your professional place that you can go and you can dedicate some time and some more creativity into what's going to make you, you know, I just feel like that whole sentence was awful and it's not making sense. I feel like your social media and your brand will keep you inspired because it's a place for you to go, and that's all you're gonna see. There we go. Okay, that was a better way to explain it. It's just gonna be your art and what you're working towards career-wise. So your kids and your dog and all that other stuff, that's not gonna distract you. You can just work on your website or your Instagram account or your blog, and that's where you can pour your heart and soul about your art journey or your art career or what you have going on as an artist. And I think that would really help keep you inspired and keep you on track as your goal to become a tattoo apprentice. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, I'm just looking over at my notebook here. 4. Holy fuck, this is looking like hella bright. If I have to refilm this, I swear to God. Okay, so my 4th tip for you guys on how to stay motivated is to do your research, girl. And I'm not talking about buying a tattoo machine and like actually tattooing or any of that kind of stuff. No! I'm talking about like the basics, like building your station and then tearing it down. I've been watching these videos over and over and over again. And because I have a little bit of previous knowledge of what a clean shop does and the, you know, like their standards and procedures that they take to make sure everything is sterile and clean. So those are the videos that I watch and I study like crazy. Like I don't take notes, but I watch it over and over and over again. So I watch them, you know, spraying everything down, wrapping everything, what covers they're using for their clip cords or this, that, or whatever, right? I'm trying to give myself some base knowledge in my brain so that way when I do get an apprenticeship and somebody tells me something like, this is a clip cord, I can't even talk right now. This is a clip cord sleeve. I won't be like, what the fuck is that? You know, I'll be like, oh yeah, like I've heard of that before, you know? So I've been trying to find a lot of good tattoo suppliers where you can get like good quality, reliable supplies, right? And just getting to know the company, like looking what they have on their website. Well, what kind of tattoo machines are out there? What are people using? You know, what's a coil machine? What's a rotary machine? Doing your own research, you guys, because I feel like if you're just waiting around for it to fall in your lap, it's never gonna happen. And maybe it does for some people, and that's awesome, because obviously when I go into an apprenticeship, I don't wanna dick around. You know, I'm there to learn, and I wanna learn properly, and I want to be able to absorb as much information as I possibly can to give myself the best head start as a tattoo artist. So I think doing your guys' own research is super beneficial, and not only is it going to give you a step up maybe in like competitive wise into other people that are trying to become a tattoo artist, I think also too it's just inspiring and it keeps you working towards it. Like even just seeing pictures of other artists and tattoo machines and this and that, it gets you excited because you know that one day that's going to be you and you're going to be going to that website to order your gear and your supplies, and that's exciting. Okay, so the 5th and final tip that I have for you guys is to get tattooed. And honestly, this is probably the one category that I have flopped so hard in, and that could also be a really big reason as to why I haven't gotten an apprenticeship, is because I am reaching out to these shops, I'm reaching out to these artists, you know, but none of them really know me personally because I haven't gotten work done in their shop, and I know that looks bad. And honestly, if I could afford it, I would be in those shops every single day. And so for me, financially, in the past anyways, it just wasn't really ideal for me. I couldn't afford to be in those shops and to be getting tattooed. And I still tried to get myself out there and to talk to artists. I was still in art school and I was still trying to be a part of the community, and I was still following all the steps that I could. And now I'm in a place financially where I can afford to be getting tattooed and to be talking to people and to be watching how they set up, there's a little bug in here, to be watching how they set up their stations and to just be a part of the shop, you know? And I know that that is a huge thing. Like they're not just gonna take on anybody, and I get that, you know? They're not gonna let some stranger walk into the shop and give all of their knowledge and everything they've worked so hard to build to this random person. I totally get that, and I respect that. So I'm excited for this next chapter for myself, to be able to be in the shop and to build those relationships and to really see where I want to work and where I fit in, you know, where my personality would be able to click. I think that's a huge piece of advice, is you guys, and I know financially it's not an option for some people, and that's okay. I think there's a lot of other things you could be doing to still be part of the tattoo shop and part of the tattoo community, but if you can, make sure you get tattooed, you know, show that you want to be there and that you respect the artwork and that you respect the industry and that you're just excited about it. And not only that kind of aspect of it, but when you're in there getting tattooed, it's also a great learning experience, because like I said, you can watch them set up their station, and you can watch them get their machine ready, and you can watch them, you might even be able to see them create your piece and to make your stencil, and there's just so much more behind the scenes that you get to see, because I have previous experience working in a shop, so I did get to see all that, and I'm so grateful for that experience. But for, you know, somebody who hasn't ever worked in a shop, that would be new to you. And so getting tattooed, I think, is a great learning experience. And not only the setup, but the actual tattoo. You can watch the entire time and ask questions. Like, you're paying for their time. So by all means, ask them questions, you know? Some people might not want to answer them, and that's okay, but other people are so chatty and willing to talk about what's going on and the process and to make you feel comfortable as a client. So I just think that not only tattooing is just a great way to be a part of the shop, but it's also a great learning experience. And I think that if you can take advantage of that, definitely do so. I know I'm going to be doing that. So that is my 5 tips for you guys. I really hope anybody else looking for a tattoo apprenticeship, I hope that this is inspiring, and I hope that this helps you to push on with your tattoo career. I know it can take a long time, you guys, and I know it can get really discouraging. I've been through a crazy roller coaster already, but I know the ride is not over yet, and it's only just begun, and that is okay, and I'm so ready and prepared for it. I just really hope that this kind of inspires you guys and it helps keep you motivated. So if you guys want to see any other videos on this topic, just let me know in the comments down below. Oh yes, so if you guys want to check out my social media, I will link in the description below. I will put my personal Instagram account, my art account, and my website, so you guys can all take a look. And I've recently got back onto Facebook so that I can kind of have my business part of it on there, because I know that Facebook is a really good way in that aspect to connect with people. So I will be creating a page for my artwork on there as well, so eventually I will link that in my videos down below as well. And also too, I will I never know which corner, like what corner is it going to be in. I will post the video, my previous video of my tattoo portfolio and what it looked like, and I am working on a new one and it's way better. I'm really excited about it. So anyways, thank you guys again so much for watching. Good luck in your tattoo apprentice journey. Yeah, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.